Verstappen's meteoric rise in Formula 1 has been nothing short of extraordinary. At just 26 years old, he's already rubbing shoulders with the sport's legends. In the blink of an eye, he's catapulted from 20 victories to an astounding 58 in just 3 seasons. This surge has propelled him from 17th to a remarkable 3rd place on the all-time wins list, trailing only the likes of Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. But behind these impressive numbers lies a captivating story of transformation. Once a diamond in the rough, Verstappen has undergone a remarkable evolution, earning admiration and respect from fans and rivals alike. So let's take a look at the Max Verstappen of before and who he's now become. Max Verstappen's journey to Formula 1 was nothing short of extraordinary. With just a single year of experience in single-seater racing under his belt, he made his mark in the racing world. Skipping the traditional ladder, Verstappen swiftly transitioned from karting to Formula 3, catching the eye of top Formula 1 teams with his exceptional performances. Among them, Red Bull seized the opportunity and catapulted him into the pinnacle of motorsport at the age of 17, making him the youngest ever driver in Formula 1. His debut season with Red Bull's junior team, Toro Rosso, now RB, showcased glimpses of his raw talent and potential. However, it was during his second season that Verstappen truly made headlines. Following Danny Kvyat's struggles, Red Bull made a bold decision to promote Verstappen to its senior squad just 4 races into the season, a move considered audacious for such a young driver. Yet Verstappen defied expectations by clinching victory in his Red Bull debut at the Spanish Grand Prix.
Max Verstappen wins a Formula 1 Grand Prix, wins the Spanish Grand Prix, and is the youngest driver ever!
Stunning the world with his remarkable feat. Despite his undeniable talent, Verstappen faced criticism in the early stages of his Formula 1 career for his aggressive driving style. As a newcomer thrust into the elite ranks of motorsport, he often pushed the boundaries with daring maneuvers, leading to clashes with fellow drivers. During the 2015 Monaco Grand Prix, Formula 1 witnessed an unprecedented event, the introduction of a virtual safety car. Now, the catalyst for this historic moment was a collision involving Max Verstappen, who then drove for Toro Rosso, and Lotus driver Romain Grosjean. Verstappen's attempt to overtake Grosjean on lap 59 led to a dramatic crash at the Saint-Devote corner, as he clipped the rear of the Lotus and careened nose first into the barriers under the influence of G-force. In the aftermath of the incident, both drivers engaged in a blame game. Verstappen, at the tender age of 17, argued that Grosjean had braked earlier than expected.
It wasn't really a move in my vision, because the lap before I braked already on the same spot as when I crashed. But yeah, you could see when I crashed, the car in front of me just really braked earlier. And I mean, if you're going at that speed and you're quite close to each other, you can't do anything. You don't expect them to brake there. So yeah, I tried to avoid it, but it really caught me by surprise,
leaving him with limited options and causing the collision. Conversely, Grosjean contended that Verstappen lacked awareness of the braking point and emphasised the challenges of overtaking at the Monaco circuit. Now, the crash resulted in consequences for Verstappen, including a 5-place grid penalty for the subsequent race at the Canadian Grand Prix. Additionally, race stewards deemed Verstappen responsible for the collision, issuing 2 penalty points on his licence as a further sanction. Another Mad Max moment occurred during the 2016 Belgian Grand Prix when Verstappen collided with Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen, visibly frustrated, expressed his anger over the team radio immediately after the crash. Finishing the race in 9th place, he lamented that Verstappen only took the turn after Raikkonen initiated the move, causing Raikkonen to apply brakes abruptly from full throttle to prevent a more severe accident. This incident highlighted a recurring concern among fellow drivers regarding Verstappen's reluctance to yield during on-track battles. The 2018 season saw further flashpoints, including a collision with Daniel Ricciardo at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Later that year, Verstappen was involved in a heated battle with Esteban Ocon at the Brazilian Grand Prix, which culminated in a physical altercation in the pit lane after the race.
It's got a bit heated when Max Verstappen bumped into Esteban Ocon at the post-race weigh-in. Some choice words were
Ocon accused Verstappen of not respecting him on track. Even Verstappen's own teammate, Pierre Gasly, was critical of the Dutchman's driving in 2019, stating, "Max is very aggressive and he's not the easiest guy to race against." This highlighted how Verstappen's uncompromising approach had alienated not just his rivals, but even those within his own team. The 2020 season saw a slight shift as Verstappen appeared to mature and become more measured in his battles. However, he still had incidents with drivers like Alexander Albon and Sergio Perez, who both felt Verstappen had been overly aggressive in their wheel-to-wheel encounters. The 2021 season saw a number of heated moments between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. This aggressive style, which was heavily influenced by Verstappen's upbringing and the example set by his father Jos, was both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it made Verstappen an exciting and popular driver, with his team boss Christian Horner praising it as a key part of what made him successful. However, it also drew significant criticism, with pundits like Martin Brundle and Johnny Herbert stating that Verstappen was taking his aggression too far at times. However, the Max Verstappen of today is a far cry from the brash Mad Max of yesteryears. He's evolved into a more composed and strategic driver, demonstrating a remarkable transformation on and off the track. In a remarkable display of maturity and skill, Verstappen showcased his newfound sensibility during the 2022 Belgian Grand Prix, where he patiently worked his way from 14th on the grid to secure an impressive finish. Would the Max of old have done that? Probably not. So what does the Max of today look like now? Well, Max Verstappen might be generating the headlines right now, but it isn't for controversial reasons. Instead, it's because of his domination, and that's a good thing. Mad Max is a term that belongs in the past now. Take, for instance, the Australian Grand Prix last year, where Verstappen found himself in a tense duel with Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton. When Hamilton made a bold move to overtake Verstappen early in the race, the Dutch driver voiced his concerns over the legality of the maneuver. However, instead of retaliating recklessly, Verstappen chose a more composed approach, biding his time and waiting for the opportune moment to strike back. By lap 12, Verstappen had closed the gap to Hamilton and executed a textbook overtake with precision and finesse, showcasing his maturity and patience behind the wheel. Red Bull's team principal, Christian Horner, praised Verstappen for his restraint and strategic acumen, highlighting a stark contrast to his past confrontational style. Indeed, this newfound approach reflects Verstappen's evolution as a driver. Just 2 years ago, such a situation might have escalated into chaos, with Verstappen opting for a more aggressive response. However, he now demonstrates a keen understanding of when to engage in battle and when to exercise caution, a sign of his growth and maturity on the racetrack. Verstappen's post-race reflections further underscore his changed mindset. While acknowledging that he could have been more aggressive, he recognized the need to prioritize the bigger picture and avoid unnecessary risks. Unlike previous seasons, where every move carried immense weight, Verstappen's current pace advantage allows him the luxury of patience, affording him the flexibility to navigate the race strategically. The ability to exercise patience in racing situations was once considered a significant challenge for Verstappen. Critics wondered if he could resist the urge to dive into every battle headfirst, risking unnecessary trouble on the track. However, as former F1 driver David Coulthard acknowledges, Verstappen has answered these doubts emphatically, demonstrating a remarkable sense of composure and restraint. Some attribute this newfound patience to the confidence Verstappen derives from having a fast car at his disposal. With Red Bull's competitive machinery, Verstappen knows he has the pace to contend for victory, allowing him to adopt a more calculated approach to racing. As he himself has admitted, there are times when he's been content to bide his time behind rivals, knowing that his car's inherent speed will provide opportunities later in the race. Now, before the 2021 season, victories were sporadic for Verstappen, largely due to Mercedes and Ferrari's dominance over Red Bull. However, the intense battle for the 2021 title against Lewis Hamilton proved to be a catalyst for Verstappen's growth, pushing him to new heights of performance. This transformation has been a crucial factor in Verstappen's rise to the top of Formula One. By combining his natural talent and speed with a more measured and strategic approach, he's been able to consistently challenge for victories and championships, cementing his status as one of the sport's elite drivers. As Verstappen looks to the future and the possibility of creating a lasting legacy, his ability to adapt and evolve his driving style will likely be a key component of his continued success. With his hunger for more glory and his unwavering commitment to Red Bull, the era of Verstappen appears to be just beginning. So, what's your thoughts about how Max Verstappen has transformed over the years? Let us know in the comments down below.